Yo, what up guys, B5D here. This is a champion guide for Warchief, a Skinwalkers faction champion, a legendary who is known in Raid Shadow Legends as one of the best Provoke champions you can all have in any content out there. So in this video I'm going to be telling you about this champion, show you his builds, best builds, and possibly areas where you can use him, where he can come into your team. Now I'll be honest, this is not the best legendary in Raid. Most players who get him are kind of sad that they pull him. But I'm going to tell you he's actually good for specific content that you need provokers for. He's not an all-round legendary that you use everywhere. No, he's a specific champion you need to come into your teams as a tank when you need a provoker. That's his goal in your team. And I'll tell you the skill that makes that happen right there is this A2, which places provoke debuff for 3 turns. Now what's special about this skill is that when you book it down, is what the books, at least on this skill, this is the only skill you need to book, you will have a provoke that is for 3 turns, but last he has a 2-turn cooldown. That means when he comes against enemy waves, he can provoke one person. Before that provoke expires, he can provoke somebody else. So you have the enemies being provoked by Warchief. You think it's an AoE the way it's happening in battle. Also, it doesn't just place the provoke, it also steals 2 random buffs from the enemies. That means any block, debuff, buff that they have on them or anything, he can just cleanse it. Those CFs in Doom Tower and all that, you can just go in there and steal all their buffs, or 2 at least, and then place the provoke on them for an entire 3 turns. When you provoke an enemy in raid, what it means is that they will only be able to use their A1 skill. That is why this is good against damage mitigation. Now this champion's damage is based on defense, but you normally don't see people building him with high defense or high crit rate or high crit damage. Why is that? Is because they want him to survive. Well, that's not the only reason. Another reason is because of this passive right there, which reflects 30% of the damage this champion takes back to the attacker. Example, when Rotos does 100k damage to you, 60% of the damage back to him is 60k. Rotos does not have 60k HP. So you're doing 100k damage to me, but you can't handle 60k back to yourself. That means anybody who hits this target, especially squishy champions, will go down. Rotos, Kandrafon, well, not that much, but a lot of Nukas in the arena who are squishy. A lot of Nukas are always squishy because their damage is based on attack. Xavier, it's just like that Brogni passive, right? When you hit this champion, you will go down most likely if you're not tanky enough to handle that 60% reflect damage. So of course this only works if those damage dealers are high crit damage, and they can do 100k and above type of damage. That's when this actually works. But for other champions, other tanky champions, you will not see this doing much damage. So this is the reason why a lot of people build this champion with high HP, not that high defense, because you want him to actually take the damage. Remember, defense mitigates the amount of damage you take. So that means it will reduce the amount of damage that Rotos will take also. So you don't want him high defense, even if his damage is based on defense. You want this champion high HP, as high as you can make it happen, along with the accuracy he needs to land this provoke. On the A1, this champion also has a provoke. It's a low chance of landing, 25% chance of landing. When booked up, you can get up to 35% chance of landing that provoke. It's a triple hit on the A1, and the damage inflicted is proportional to the defense he has, but that's not important. So again, this A1 is not important to be booked, but it can keep some enemies provoked when your A3, your A2 is not available. So it's a straightforward champion with only 2 skills, A1, A2, and a passive. This is why most people don't like him. They feel like he needs to do something more in raid, but I feel like this passive makes him better than most legendaries who just come in, do provoke, and wait to be hit. When you hit him, you will take yourself down. So that's what I like about Warchief, and I'll be showing you him some arena content, maybe against a provoker, against a high damage dealing team. Let's see if they can take themselves down. All right, let's head over to the champions and see how I built my Warchief. And I'm not saying he's the best legendary in raid. I have to be honest that this champion is kind of mid-tier, not even top 10. It doesn't reach the top 20 list for legendaries, because a lot of people using it for only one content or for only specific content when they need that provoker out there. So if I scroll down to my Warchief, am I scrolling past him? There he is. Good character design, I'll give him that, and it does look like a skinwalker with a big shield right there and a long sword that is holding to the ground. Right, you've seen the artifact set that I put on this champion is an immortal set. I did say he needs high amount of HP to be able to not just survive that big hit that is coming in from damage dealers, but also to be able to reflect back that high amount of damage back to the enemies. That's why he has high amount of HP, and the best way to build HP on the champion in raid is Immortal set. Not just because it adds HP, but it also adds a 15% heal, right? No, not a 3% heal per turn. So a 2-piece set right there, 2-piece set, 15% heal, no, 15% HP and 3% heal every turn. So this champion will be getting his HP back to full with this total of 9% heal that you have from 3-piece Immortal set. This is the best artifact set I feel like is good for him. Now, if you can build this high amount of HP from broken set or from other sets, even from lifesteal, that will make him hard to kill. Some people even put regen set on him that will give him high HP anytime he heals. Anytime he takes a turn, he heals back to full HP. So that's also a viable set for him. I've seen him being used in Relentless sometimes, but I don't think that's the best set for him because it doesn't give him high amount of HP that you need to survive those hits. Immunity, I've said regen is good for him. Shield set, this champion might be a good candidate for shield set because of the high amount of HP that you build on him, right? Especially if you're using him in PvP content. But shield set is not that hot right now in PvP. It's not meta. Retaliation is one that will keep enemies that hit him provoked again and again and again, but it's not a popular set at all. This champion is not a clan boss champion. I've not seen him being used in that content. It's also not that great for dungeon, except that's the only champion you have to do control to dungeon content. So I'll not be showing him in dungeon content. I'll head over straight to end game content like Doom Tower and maybe Hydra, where he actually shines. So that's where we'll actually be showing him in the test. So that's the amount of set. I think if you have none of these sets I'm talking about, if you're a newer player, give him triple speed set. Perception is awesome for him because he does need accuracy. For newer player set, head over right there and give him your best perception set so you can always land that provoke on the enemies. All right. For his masteries, I did build this champion earlier in the game for Doom Tower content and also for Faction Wars. Yes, he's one of the champions that helped me complete Faction Wars, especially against the wave. And that's why you see me go towards this mastery that helped me add an additional 5% attack. 5% chance to provoke on that A1. So I was really going for a chance to land that provoke. That is why I went towards perception set. Now that I want to take this champion into the Hydra, this build is no longer viable. I will now need to reset. I still have my free reset right there. I'll reset my masteries and head over to, where is it? Giant Slayer. He has a triple hit on his A1. So this will be the next masteries that I'm putting on this champion towards the offense 3. So I'm letting you know that if you're not going to use this champion for Hydra, if you're not going to be using him against some bosses, especially maybe in Doom Tower, you don't need this type of mastery on him. I only put this on him because I needed that A1 on that provoke to move up a little bit to a 40% chance of landing that provoke on the A1. I didn't want to rely on only the A2 for the provoke. That's why I went this way. Of course, accuracy, a chance to reduce turn meter, and then reset the cooldown of a chance to reset the cooldown of that skill. So this is not a best mastery. Head over to LHate's website, lhates.com, and check out that offense 3. That's where I'm gonna be doing him. I didn't want to do it before this video, or I'm still enjoying this mastery for now. But for the Hydra, I'll tell you, he's not bringing any damage for me. But still, you need that Giant Slayer to at least proc some little damage. So that's the best mastery for him. My total stats, if I didn't show you on this champion, is looking like 85k HP, as high as you can. I could go 100k HP. I could. But that would mean his speed will be about 180, 190. But I wanted this champion to be fast so that I can always land that A2 over and over again on different champions that are in the battle right there. So that's why I have him 85. There's no need to push up to 100k. Again, another reason is because I am not using him in PvP. So I don't think I'll be using him against those damage dealers that will take themselves down for hitting him. So it's not a PvP champion. I have better options. If I'm talking about AoE provoke, I have a Molly. So I don't want to provoke one person. I want to provoke the entire enemy team. That's what I use for PvP. But if you don't have a provoke champion, maybe for for 3v3 arena, he might come in there as one of the champions that is tanky enough to survive, especially against those if you are building a go second team. So that's what I built for. Even my accuracy right there, 307, that's enough accuracy you need for some Hydra and some Doom Tower hard content. I didn't go crazy with the accuracy like 400 or 500 that you need for PvP content. Not even enough resistance right there for Doom Tower, but I just thought I'd slide in a little bit right there because I was not going for crit rate and crit damage. So the next thing, a little bit of resistance. So that's the total stats. 3k defense is kind of high, I agree, but I think I can, if I reduce this defense, I can go up to 90k to 100k HP. But this build is fine, it's been working fine for me, so I thought I'll leave it like that. Alright, I've shown you the masteries, I've shown you his skills, talked about his best artifact sets. For his blessing, basically brimstone, I guess, because he will be landing that. Brimstone is the way to go for blessing if nobody else or your team already has it. I don't think there's any other great one for him. Maybe polymorph, since he's going to be hit a lot, right? He's going to be provoked and he's calling all that attention to himself. Polymorph and brimstone might be awesome for this champion. I don't think there's any other better one for him. It's time for us to head over into some battle and test Warchief, so you can actually see him live in action and enjoy what he actually brings to your team. And Doom Tower just reset, so I can't show you high level Doom Tower content, so I'll only show you this beginner level content for Doom Tower hard. And so you see his skills in battle. I'll put him against a team like this. No, he's not in my vault, but I'll still select my vault. If you think you don't have enough accuracy, you can always bring in somebody to add more accuracy for you right there. Where is my Warchief? I do not have blessings on this champion yet, but I hope to unlock it soon. There it is, the star of the moment. I'll bring you some decreased defense and the weaken. And do we need a nuka? I guess we can always add a nuka to the team so the battle doesn't take forever. One more nuka to the team. Xavier or Foley. I don't want to do too much damage. Let me just use only Candrafon for now, so we can actually see what he does in battle. No more tankiness. No, I actually want to see him take damage. Let's just put a random champion right there. All right, let's go into the battle. We actually want to see what Warchief can bring to a wave content like this against bosses. The only boss he can provoke in the Doom Tower, is it the Eternal Dragon? I think that's the name, the Eternal Dragon. No, Magma Dragon, the one that breathes fire. That's the one that he can provoke. I do have a whole Doom Tower guide pinned up right there where you can see what Warchief can do against that boss. When that boss is provoked, he basically uses only his basic skills, which is awesome. Slow down, calm down. Let's see. All right, we're going into with this A2. That's it. This champion that is provoked right now will only attack Warchief, and I want to wait to see when that attack happens so we can see how much damage this champion can take back to himself. So I'll not try to kill off the entire team right now. Let's just see what Warchief will do. After that's A2 provoke. I'll put it on slow speed. That champion took 2,700 damage back to himself. Check out. Without being touched, without being hit. His HP has gone as far back as this champion who has been hit multiple times. So let me do another champion to be provoked. Yes, decreased defense is on me right now. That means I will take more damage. Back at you. Anybody who hits Warchief gets some damage back to themselves. It's awesome to watch, I tell you. Candrafon doing Candrafon things as always. Best damage dealer, top 3 damage dealer in raid. And we're waiting for Warchief to take another turn. No, I'm waiting for somebody else to hit Warchief and see how much damage they take. That's why I put it on 1x speed. And that's multiple 2,000 damage. That's what I saw. 2,700. I think multiple damages right there. We are getting nuked almost, but no worries. Against Affinity, he will be a weak hit. So we expect that to happen. They did take down my, what's his name? Candrafon, but that's no problem. Warchief against PvP teams, which is the next content I'm going to be showing you in. When this champion is the only one left alive, his defense gets increased, and with this immortal set he will keep himself alive, and most times people cannot kill him in PvP. He becomes a problem for them and can take down an entire enemy team when he's the one left alive. It's crazy to watch, I tell you. So I'll see if I can make that happen in a PvP battle. Provoke. Available in 2 turns. That means it will always be available the entire battle. So even if Kandrafon is not alive, we can still take this enemy team down. Even without Giant Slayer in his masteries, he can still do some damage with his passive. I guess that's another reason why some people don't want to put him in a damage set, because his passive is the best way for him to do damage when he gets hits. So whatever will get him back to that provoke in time, that's what you put on him. Alright, that's wave 1 down, and I'm not going to be pushing to wave 2. I just wanted to show you a sample run, what he brings to the wave, and that's a constant provoke for the entire wave. Well, not the entire wave, one at the time. That's what he does. Let's head into PvP contents. One of the ways that most players who get him would like to feature him, especially if he's one of your first or second legendaries. Now, if you do have other better options for PvP, you only use it in team 3 of your tag team arena. That's where I see him being used, not in PvP right here. But I'll test him against a content like this, possibly against a slow team, not against a speed team, because they will go do their nuking. I'm seeing a Rotos right here, that's why you see me going against it. I want to see what Rotos will do to this team. Now, that means I have to be tanky enough to survive. How do I get tanky? I put in tanks right there. And where is my Warchief? So that's how you get tanky. More HP, more defense, maybe a cleanse in there so we don't get some debuff on us that will take us down too fast. And a reviver of some sort. If I bring in Necrit right there, he might protect somebody else. What's our win condition? Our win condition is let's put in Necrit. So we still have a way of winning, right? That's it. That's our win condition right there. So tanky. We don't have a cleanse. That means we might get decreased defense and weaken on us, or even sleep. But let's go. I want to see Rotos actually hit once on my Warchief and do so much damage to himself, or possibly kill himself. It will be so funny to watch. If I can get one battle like that, it will be awesome to see in this showcase. Come on, load up. I'll put it on slow speed so we see how it happens. Decrease defense and weaken is on us. He just shipped himself. He's gonna steal those buffs. He's gonna steal at least 2 of those buffs. I'm not gonna do ally protect because that would mitigate the amount of damage Rotos might take. I'm just gonna go in with my A1 simple and short. I'm waiting for those Rotos to hit the person with the highest HP. Rotos somehow just targets the person with the highest HP. So I hope it's not my yes, you're protected. Oh, wrong target. Let me try this again. He targeted the wrong person. No, I don't want him to target the person he targeted. No. That means I won't add this champion with the high HP in there. I want him to target my Warchief. And the only way to make that happen is to make sure Warchief is the person with the highest HP. That means I'll take out this champion. And who else can I replace in that place? Maybe not a defensive champion. Who else? Somebody to mitigate some damage. Maybe Vogot. Vogot is also tanky. You know, let me not take the risk. I just want to see Rotos just hit once. So let me just put somebody squishy, a cleanse or something, which is not even needed, I guess. I just want to see Rotos hit just once. She has high stats. I'll put in a liability. How about that? Hopefully Rotos does not target the Kaima, because he's so squishy and easy to kill, I guess. But I can protect Kaima. after I protect my Candrathron with my Necrit. So that's the only showcase. I also use this champion in the Hydra. I did mention that, but that's not content I'll be showing him because that's not his ideal position. The only reason why he's in my Hydra is because of that provoke, that head that needs to be provoked consistently. I'll go into my A1. I don't want to sleep anybody, which doesn't even matter. You can't sleep Rotos when Sifi is on the team. Woo! Alright, I'm waiting for that protection on my Kaima so it doesn't get targeted. That's the protection I need. Now, let's see the magic happen. Oh, come on. Am I that fast? Even faster than the Rotos? Let's see, can we land this steal? No, weak hits means you will not steal any damn buffs from the enemies. I'm going with the A1. I don't want to kill Rotos with my Nuke. Weak hits also. Now, Rotos, kill yourself. He also targeted the wrong person. What do I need to do for this Rotos to target my Warchief? I guess I have to fight on and see if they kill my Necrit off. Let me let Necrit be killed and let's see what Rotos can do after Necrit is dead. Did you see what just happened to that? What's her name? Duchess. Did you see what just happened to that Lydia? Anybody who hits Warchief gets their HP reduced significantly because they are taking that damage back to themselves. Why am I trying to provoke that champion that cannot be provoked? Alright, let's not kill anybody off so fast. I really want to see Rotos do something to this Warchief. Yes, kill the Necrit. Almost had him though. But if no Rotos kills the Necrit, he gets to go again, right? Extra turn. Who is going to be the target? He survived it. How? Usually when Rotos does that to this champion, it just kills him. How did he survive that? Anybody else that hits him is getting so much damage to themselves, but this champion seemed to survive it. How? I guess my HP was already reduced significantly. I guess that's why. Alright, I'm done playing games. Time to end this and maybe find another Rotos or another nuker that is possibly gonna do so much damage to himself that he nukes his entire team or himself. Not enough damage. Let's end it right there. This was a bad example of Rotos trying to nuke a Warchief because he didn't do it when I expected him to. So I'm just gonna end it and find another nuker to see maybe it will happen. I just want to see it happen once of somebody nuking a Warchief and then killing themselves. Right, let's try it fully. This time I need to survive a little bit longer, so I will bring along this champion. Enough for fully to get his turn and then see if his nuke can kill him. Hopefully he puts the second hit on my Warchief instead of on my Osuga. That's this champion protected. Debuffs and waiting for that Foley to take his turn right now. Let's see what he does. Please don't decrease attack on Foley. I want him to do his full nuke. Check out Foley's HP. Not enough. I guess he targeted, see, he put his second hit on Osuga just like I thought he would. That meant he did not take too much damage. I'll go in with the A1 for the Arbiter. So maybe we'll give Foley another chance to try to nuke us with his second ability. But I will protect my Osuga while I provoke. Still, buff stolen right there. Kill the Arbiter off. I'm still waiting for that big nuke from Foley. At least the second big nuke. Let's see. Not much damage right there to her. Ooh, he gets to go again. This time he did put the second hit on me. I think so. and see amount of HP that he did back to himself. So that's the showcase, I guess. Whoever hits this champion with high amount of damage, you take 60% back of that damage back to yourself. So maybe this foley is not built too high. If not, why are you not knocking these champions down? I know they are tanky and all that, but you should be able to take down this champion who is tanky, has debuffs on him, but still, he's still surviving. So it's time for us to retaliate, I guess, and show them who is boss. Or maybe give the foley another chance to take a turn and kill himself. I really wanted to see a nuke Warchief and then end up on the floor. Just like Brogni. Brogni puts a shield on the entire team, and you go in with your big hits, you end up with your nuka right in front of the enemy team. Not even back on the enemy, not on the ally line. I don't want to provoke Foley. Let him do his second ability. I really want to see him do it. Maybe I shouldn't have brought in so many heavy. He still survived it. He still survived for some reason. This Foley is not built with enough damage, so he's not doing that much damage to me. But am I supposed to end it, or let me continue and kill them off? He's not doing much damage to me. But that's what Warchief can bring to your team. Anybody who hits him gets that damage back to themselves. 60% of that damage back to themselves. And that's what he does to the team. Alright, let me know in the comments where else you use Warchief. I use him only in a third team of PV and 3v3 arena, a third team, or in the Hydra where I need this head of the Hydra head, not Doom Tower now. The Hydra where I need one of the heads provoke consistently, the head on tick on the left, extreme left. That's where I use him the most. He's actually in one of my team. I'll show you the team that makes that happen with a quick show of team 2. Not in my first team. My first team is the awesome team. This is the second sub team, and that's where it comes in there to be that champion that places provoke on that head consistently. So I have a third team right here. So it's useful in some content. He's not the best legendary in raid, but I've shown you where you can use him. Some conditions in PvP against high damage dealing nukas, when you want to go second and you want to survive those their first hits and maybe make a Foley or a Candraphone or somebody nuke themselves by hitting your tanky HP champion who can reflect 60% of the damage back to themselves. Or in Doom Tower where you can keep provoking all the enemies almost consistently and make sure that they hit only him and not your other squishier damage dealers. That's what Warchief does to your team. Sometimes you need tanks like this in raid to make it happen, and he is one of the champions that can make it happen. I do have an Osoga, that's why I don't use him that much, but if you do not have tankier champions to keep your allies alive, he comes in there and makes that happen. Let me know in the comments where else you use this champion, what other artifact sets you can use on him, and besides this type of build, did you build your in a damage set? I'd like to see such a screenshot. Join the Discord if you have any questions about champion builds or guides, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Before you click out this video, help me hit that like in this button and subscribe to the YouTube channel for more raid Shadow Legends content. Good night, guys.